Are weight loss drugs for you? Well, according to NBC, probably. A friend that I've had on the channel, Gig, sent through a video the other day he took of the NBC Today Show talking about weight loss drugs. And I wanted to run through this with you today because it's scary the way they talk about them. Like, it's just some other thing that we need to consider in our toolkit. Just one step closer to normalizing this kind of stuff. And Gig has been on the channel before, and I'll leave a link to his interview in the description for you to check out later. But let's check out this short clip of the NBC Today Show talking about how you may benefit from these weight loss or diabetes control drugs.
Christine, thank you very much.
For more insight, Dr. Natalie Azar is here. We're so lucky to have you. So this was sort of the talk of the table during the holidays, at least in my family.
The talk of the table must have been a very interesting holiday period for you and your family.
Who is a good candidate looking into the new year, perhaps for a reset? Yeah, so when we talk about these medications...
Look at the big sign at the back there. Let's just go back a little bit. Look at the big sign. Today we're talking, just here, today we're talking about weight loss drugs. Woohoo!
When we talk about these medications, first of all, I think it's important to remember what is approved for type 2 diabetes, what is approved for weight loss. But if we're talking about medicines for weight loss, we're talking about individuals who have a BMI, let's say, of 30 or greater, and individuals who are maybe overweight but have other risk factors for heart disease.
Okay, so these individuals, we could probably talk to them about other interventions rather than weight loss drugs. But, we could just give them a switch to flick and that's going to generate us lots of revenue, right?
But just to review, remember that Ozempic is semaglutide, Mounjaro is tirzepatide. These two are both approved for type 2 diabetes. But then we have their sister drugs or their counterparts. Wegovy is the same ingredient as Ozempic, but it's approved for weight loss. And Zepbound is the same medication that is Mounjaro, but it is approved for weight.
Is it just me that hates the names of these things? Who sat down and came up with these names?
So let's talk about the strategies here for so many people who are now getting these weight loss drugs or plan to as they head into the new year.
It's not a strategy. It's a quick fix. There is no strategy here. That's the problem. You're selling a quick fix.
Can you eat the same way? What do you have to do differently? What should your strategy be?
Right, and so I just want to call attention to this. We got excited.
We sort of
answered. No. We kind of answered both in one. I just want to remind everybody that.
Yeah, step back.
In order for you to be able to get the medicines for weight loss specifically, you need to either be obese which is a BMI over 30, or be overweight and have another risk factor.
So if you want these drugs and you've only got a BMI of 29, lift your game, son. Start eating some more.
Factor 4. Exactly. Now, when we talk about what to do and what not to do, the experts will say that the number one thing to remember is that anything that upset your stomach before taking these medications will also do so when you start to take these medicines. They slow down how quickly the food is moving through your gut. And so things like red meat, soda, alcohol, especially things that are ultra processed, have a high sugar.
Ultra processed soda, alcohol. Okay. Red meat. What's that got to do with the price of fish? Isn't that, maybe I'm copying something Bart K would normally say.
Content really are going to be difficult to digest. The things to do, one of the biggest things is to go really slowly, meaning that you want to start with a low dose, you want to increase the...
See, here's one of the problems. The people getting this kind of thing, they're being talked into it and they're being sold this image of it's not go slow, it's just a button to fix this. It's just let's, get you on this drug and you'll be doing fine. They're not thinking about going slowly. And the way it's being sold to them, Even if you say you need to go slowly, they're not paying attention to any of that because you've sold them on the razzle-dazzle of just take this injection, just take this tablet, whatever it happens to be, and you are going to shed the pounds like nobody's business.
The dose very slowly. You also want to make sure that you're increasing the water content of the things that you are eating, and that is going to help you a lot.
Sorry, I just want to bring attention to one more thing here. Like, at the bottom of the screen, it says tackling weight loss resolutions. Like, we're not tackling anything here. This is, again, just a quick fix that, we're going to use for a year or two. We're going to go, wow, look, I've lost all this weight now, and I can still eat what I want. I just feel fuller when I eat, so I don't need as much. And then so you stop taking it and you start putting the weight back on again, and it's a vicious cycle. And all that happens is other companies make money at the expense of your health.
A lot of people will say also to enlist the help of a nutritionist or some experts to help you handle those side effects. So we've talked about these drugs.
Yeah, this is, no one's going to give you better advice than a nutritionist. Nutritionist or dietitian, get them in and they'll tell you, just have, your servings of Kellogg's cereal and stuff like that, and you'll be as healthy as. No problem.
A lot this year, but now with more and more people considering them, do you have to stay on them forever? Say it works for you. Is it then a thing you stay on indefinitely?
Right. And so I think we think we have a graphic on this, but
So before we go to the graphic, Jim, here's something about her question there, right? She's saying, let's say it works for you. So do I have to stay on it forever? So she's already thinking about, or she's already trying to sell the notion or feed into the regular idea that you go on a diet or you do this weight loss drug for a temporary period of time, you lose the weight, and then, wow, I've got to the level that I wanted to get to. I'm done. Okay, now eat all my food and I'm back to square one again.
unfortunately, most individuals will probably regain some weight.
There you go. So here's the disclaimer section. 66% of people regain weight after 1 year. How is that worded? 66% weight regain. 66% of people regain weight after 1 year. Okay. 66%. That's not a good strike rate. 2/3 of people put weight back on. All right. So we've got the note below here. Use with diet and exercise. So let me just float an idea here. If we're going to use it with diet and exercise, and she's probably going to elaborate on this point in a minute, but if we're going to use it with diet and exercise, why don't we cut out the middleman and just do the diet and exercise, and we save a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, and a whole lot of potential health complications in the future because we don't have to take drugs.
The number to think about is about 2/3 of the weight you lost. You are very, very likely to regain when the medicine stops.
Oh, sorry. So not 66% of people will regain weight. 66% of what you lost will come back. Okay. So if you lost 100 pounds, you're going to gain back 66, 67 pounds.
These are not medicines that are resetting you for life. I think it's important that people understand that this...
Yeah, these are not medicines that are resetting you for life. So why are we normalizing these things as solutions?
That these medications are never really meant to be taken without doing appropriate diet and exercise interventions also. If you think of...
So if you think about, doctor, if you think about what she's doing, this is the way that they've sold these dodgy supplements and dodgy kind of, I don't know, ab exercise machines and all that over the years on TV commercials, like the Home Shopping and all this kind of thing. This is the exact same disclaimer they have at the end without it being a real disclaimer. And it's like the intention of this is to be used with diet and exercise. So they're saying It's only effective if you do what you should have been doing anyway, is eating in the right way and exercising. So if you don't do that, well, it's not much of a solution. And the problem is the people that are buying into this, majority of the people that buy into this are people that are looking for a solution beyond diet and exercise. That is just like, give me a quick fix now. I need a fix. I need a fix. I need a fix. Give me a fix. So that's my weight loss junkie impression. So we should not be normalizing this stuff. We should be focused on eating the right food that gives us nutrition. And if you want to discover the 10 ways that you can go on a carnivore diet and stick to it with no problems, check out this video next.